It's the Digital Board Gamer here with what's new to BGA, and it brings us Easy Peasy today. A game, like its name, pretty simple and easy. Not a whole lot of information on BGG yet. I don't think this game is in print, or it might be like many of the games on BGA where they come out in France and French first, and then later on in English. So, not sure yet when we'll see this one in English in the United States. It is a 2 to 6 player game. It is real light, and BGA says it takes about 14 minutes. I think the larger play counts are going to play a lot longer than the 2-player. There's a few variants where you can play standard, which is 3, then there's 5, or the rules say you can play a little more competitively and play to a certain number of points. All right, speaking of 2-player, I have a 2-player game here. The first player will get the option to choose if you're going to go up or down. Then you're going to have the option. You have to go up or down depending on what the middle card says. So here I have to go higher than 3s. You can play equal to, so if I had a 3, I could play a 3. And you can play cards from your row or your hand. The big difference is the row cards are viewable by your opponents, and there's also a hidden card underneath that you don't know what it is. And you do have to flip it over eventually to have the opportunity to play it. So during your turn, you're going to either play a card, or if you can't play cards, you have to flip the up to down or vice versa and draw 2 cards. So here I play the yellow 6. Now, since I match colors, you get a bonus action. The bonus action can be you can play another card on the same pile following normal rules, or you can flip over one of your piles. This is how you flip over a card in your row. And then you pretty much just go back and forth playing up until no one can play up anymore, and then somebody has to then draw 2 cards and flip it down, and then you play down. So there my opponent could not play a card, so he drew 2 cards and played it down. After doing that action, you do get to play a card though. There I could flip, and you see I flipped over an orange 10. And now obviously I could play that. Play continues until one player either plays all their cards in the row or all their cards in their hand. Now that I played all cards in my hand, the round is over. We calculate scores. You score the highest of the 2. So my opponent scored 7 because he had a 7 there, and the 2 does not score. And then I score the highest of mine. Now, if the highest of mine is lower than what my opponent scores, I score 0. If my opponent maybe had a 1 here instead of a 7, and I flipped over a 5, I actually have to times this by 2. So you have to be very careful when going out to make sure that you have a low card in your hand, or that your opponent is showing cards that is higher than yours will be worth, because it's very easy to score twice the amount of points. And then you play 3 rounds, and whoever has the lowest points wins. Overall, Easy Peasy is more of a family party-ish style game. Not really my type of game for BGA, so I think I'll rate it a 6. If somebody really wanted to play it, I'd be fine with playing it. I like it enough, but it's not a game I'm going to go out of my way and play on BGA. Well, as always, I've been the Digital Board Gamer. Good luck and have fun.